You know what time it is? It's time to do a book haul. Time to do a book haul. It has been a time since I've done a book haul, and I've got 21 books here, and this is over 3 months of spending, which is actually pretty good considering, I think. But I bought a lot of these books in October, like probably half of them in October, but I was really excited to buy some new books. But I do think I'm doing pretty well as a whole over the year though, because I didn't give myself any book buying bans, but I've actually been pretty good considering, like I haven't been buying that many books. I still have a massive TBR, but I'm still excited to show you all these books that I've bought that I just didn't feel like I had enough to do a book haul, but now I do and I'm excited. So the first thing I've got was actually sent to me from Pan Macmillan, and this is The Morning Flower by Amanda Hocking. So I actually requested The Lost City, which is the first book, but they just sent me The Morning Flower a couple of weeks later out of the blue. But then my reading slump hit real bad and I haven't read any of the books that I got for review, and I've got 4 of them, but like some of them has been a long time that they've been sitting there because they'd sent me the 5th book in a series that I only read the first one, and then they sent me the end of a trilogy and I've only read the first one. So I really need to step up my game of getting through my review copies, because it's so nice that I'm actually getting review copies now, but then I'm not reading them and I feel bad. But this is the sequel to The Lost City, and this is a part of the Trill like world, but this character I have not heard of, but I'm hoping there'll be like cameos throughout this series, and I do hope to get to this, but I just don't know when it's going to happen. Then I got a copy of Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman, and I've already read this and I loved it so much. It was so cute and I just needed this. Every time there's news about something related to these characters coming out, like the coloring book and then like the next volume of the comic book or this, I am very keen. Like to see them in actual novel form too was so great, and this is a novella. It's very short, but it was just so good. I really appreciate it and I highly recommend it. I then got a copy of Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. I bought the first one, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, but I haven't read that one yet, so I don't really know why I bought the sequel when I haven't read the first one, but I think it was really cheap. But these books are apparently really good, and the 3rd one is coming out next year, so I've got a little bit of catching up to do. But seriously, any book that's going to have fake dating in it is probably going to be a win in my book, so I am very keen to read this. Next I have The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and damn, this is a solid paperback. I don't know why I thought it was going to be like a smaller one, but it was cheap online, because a lot of the time I just wait for opportunities where books are a lot cheaper to actually buy them, because prices are getting higher. It's just getting a lot harder, and it's just really annoying because like I want to keep adding to my collection, but then I don't want to spend the money. So this one was cheap at the time that I bought it, but this is a new collaboration between these 2 authors. I think this is the 3rd time that they have written something together. So basically I think like the male character like lives in this city in the sky and she lives down the bottom. There's issues going on like keeping it afloat, so I think he goes down to try and figure out what's going on with the engines, and he meets her, and she's like this goddess of the people, but she doesn't actually have any powers, and she hopes that they come through or something. So like it's a bit vague, but I still want to pick it up. I think it's gonna be good. Then I got Not Like the Movies by Kerry Winfrey, and another one I've already read. I really enjoyed this. I honestly forgot that I bought this so recently because I was just really excited to read this. So this is the sequel to Waiting for Tom Hanks, which I highly recommend reading. It's just full of rom-coms, very much a fun story and a fun read, and one I highly recommend. Then of course I had to get Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer, another one I have already read because this book haul is 3 months in the making, but this was a lot of fun. I highly recommend this. I was so excited. I basically bought this book the minute that it came out, and then I picked it up, and then it took me 2 months to read, but I still really enjoyed this, and it was just always so fun when new Twilight content comes out, which is really random because I'm like out of the Twilight phase, but this kind of stuff just brings me back in. But if you didn't know, this is Twilight from Edward's point of view, which I'm pretty sure everyone and their mum knows, but basically it took like 12 years for this book to come out. We all waited for this a long time. Definitely well worth the wait. It was a really good read. I also got a copy of House of Dragons by Jessica Cluess. This is one of my anticipated reads, but I kind of forgot what this book was about. I know I was excited about it about the start of the year, but basically it's like the emperor dies, and then there's all these people that can like become the new emperor, and they're all part of the different houses in this place. So they're saying that there's a liar, a soldier, a servant, a thief, and a murderer. So they probably all got their roles to play, and they're probably going to be a bit functional, but I think it's going to be really fun to see where it's going to go, and I just really want there to be like lots of dragons. So that was all the books I bought in August, and then I only bought one book in September, and that is When Dreams Descend by Danielle Angeles. I would honestly say this is one of my highly recommended reads of the year because they have pitched it as being like the Night Circus, and it's beautiful, and like of course I was going to buy it. This has actually been out for a while though, so again waiting for the price to go down to finally buy it, and that happened. So this is the reason why this was the only book I bought in September, because it was a little pricey, but I'm just still excited about this. So yeah, they have described it as the star, the master, and the magician, and there's a little competition that they all have to get involved in, and just it is giving me the Night Circus vibes, and I am so excited, and I just can't wait to read this. I don't know when I'm gonna read this, but I'm excited. So the rest of the books I bought were from October, and they're all ones that I'm really excited about. But what's really exciting is like a couple of weeks or a month ago, there was a 7 on Sunday topic where we talked about the books on our wish list, and I bought all of the books on my wish list because I got a 10% discount voucher from Book Depository. So like it was a good opportunity to buy them. It was a very big order, a lot of money was spent, but I bought all 7 of those books. So all these books that I mentioned are gonna be familiar right now, but I'm still excited about it. So first I got Blood and Honey by Shelby Meherens. It's probably one of my most anticipated reads just because I loved Serpent and Dove so much last year, and I have been hanging to know what was going to happen to Llewyn Reid, and like I have this book in my hands. I really hope I'm going to read it this month. I've put it on my Clear Your Shit TBR, so hopefully I will get to it, but I don't know. I just want to see some more development with these characters and just see some more of the world. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm just keen. Then I got Queen of Ruin by Tracy Banghart, so another one I'm very keen to have. This actually came out last year, and that's how long it took me to actually buy it. First book, Grace and Fury, was so good. I enjoyed it so much, and it did end on such a cliffhanger that I don't even know how I've coped not owning this book for so long. There are so many things that I need to see happen, and I'm just so keen, but this book is also really small, so I hope it's not like too rushed. Then I got The Princess Will Save You by Sarah Henning. So I only just recently read The Sea Witch by her, and this is a book everyone was talking about a couple of months ago, and apparently it is a Princess Bride retelling, but the roles are reversed, and I'm just keen. But how beautiful is this cover? This is definitely Charlie Bowater, right? Like she does beautiful covers, and I'm just keen, and I'm pretty sure the second book of this is coming out next year, and I just hope to read this before that happens. Okay, next I've got Rubble The Dust by Elizabeth Lim, and I'm really still sad about this because I listened to the first book on audio, and then they didn't release the second book on audio, and I was so sad because I really wanted to listen to it. It was such a great reading experience, so I had to wait to buy the sequel, and now I hope to read this one this month too, but who knows? I don't even know what I'm going to get up to be honest, but I'm really excited. The last book ended in such a like way that I just need to know what's going to happen to Maya and to Eden, and I need it. Next, I actually bought The Gwenevere Deception by Kirsten White, which actually wasn't on that list. This is just one that I randomly added to the order because Grace from G Swizzle did a reading vlog where she talked about reading this one, and she actually really enjoyed it, and I loved watching that video so much so that I just decided on the whim to buy this when I did my massive order. But I think it's going to be good. I'm pretty sure it's a Camelot retelling, and I've heard some good things about this, but also it's going to end in a cliffhanger, so I'm kind of scared. But I want to read this. Next, I bought Prince Charming by Rachel Hawkins, and in the new edition, in the beautiful cover, I'm very excited to own this, but it's just so pretty for one thing. But I love any books that are about royalty, and I think like this is just going to be really fun and cutesy, and I am just keen about it. Then I got Well Played by Jen DeLuca, and this is another one that I'm anticipating this year, and I'm just so keen for that I just want to read this very, very soon. It's going to happen this year for sure. So this book is about a secondary character from the first book and about her romance and her life and the Renaissance Fair, and I'm very keen. I'm pretty sure she's having like an online relationship for the past 11 months with someone, and she assumed it was this guy, but then she finds out it's a different guy. So it sounds fun, but it also seems like it could be like a catfish situation, but I still think it's going to be pretty cool. And then I got Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Posden, and I'm so keen to have this. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and these Once Upon a Con stories are so good, and this is about another character. I'm pretty sure the male character was in the second book, and he's just kind of a douchebag, so he's got the Beast atmosphere going on there, and I'm just keen. I think it's going to be really fun, and I just want to see what geeky things are going to happen in this book as well, because it's just done so well. And then I have a stack of books here, and I thought it'd just be easier to show all of them because I bought all of Alice Oseman's books, and I am keen. So first I have This Winter, which is another novella with Charlie and Nick, but also Tori is a part of this one, and it's Christmas themed, and I am excited. Then I got Solitaire, and I got them all in the new edition, so they all match and it's all beautiful. I literally own everything that she has ever published and I'm so keen. So this one is about Tori and her story, so I'm excited too because Nick and Charlie will obviously be in the background and that is what I'm here for. Then I got Radio Silence. I've heard this book being compared to Eliza and her Monsters a lot, so I'm very keen to read that because I enjoyed that book profusely when I read it a couple of years ago, so I'm pretty excited about this one. I Was Born for This is one that I actually see a lot of people not really enjoying as much as the rest, but I still want to read it. I'm pretty sure it's like about a rock band and the main character like follows them around, which I think is like really interesting and I feel like could just be a really cool vibe. And her most recently published one is Loveless, and this is actually about an asexual character, which I think is going to be really interesting to read. And just how beautiful is this cover? It is so purple, it is so beautiful, and I just love it so much. Bringing Nick and Charlie into the pile here too, but just like how beautiful do these look together? Like the text is the same, I love the artwork, it's just so beautiful, and this is the end of the book haul. Oh my god, I'm trying to show you my new books, but it is very difficult. Look at them all. This is so many new books, but it's falling. So that is my book haul. That was really difficult. Trying to take thumbnails sometimes when you have to hold so many books, you're like, my god, I need to go to the gym. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry I haven't done a book haul for so long, but I wasn't doing a lot of videos for so long. Like, I feel like I'm slowly bringing it back, but I still only want to do 1 to 2 videos a week. It was just too much before when I was doing up to 3. So it's a lot calmer. I'm getting reading done. I'm feeling a lot better about a lot of things, which is really good. God, I'm still buggered from holding those books up. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!